Well, not for the first time and probably not for the last time. I've just been attending to a stripped thread in the casquette where this handlebar clamping bolt screws in, and there seems to be possibly quite a number of people that misunderstand how this lot works and how you're supposed to clamp the handlebars. Now these bolts, they've got a sort of shoulder on them of a larger diameter than the thread at the tip of them. So the shoulder locates this clamp sort of laterally, if you like, and then the smaller diameter thread screws into the hole below. The hole in the casquette, there's a hole in the casquette above the threads for the shoulder of this bolt to locate into. So basically these sort of act, if you like dowels as well as fastenings. But it's surprising, or it would seem to be surprising, the number of people who perhaps tighten these nuts down here, possibly before those, and then they're left with a little gap here and they go to tighten up to close that up, but the force required to tighten these to bring this down can sometimes strip the thread in here, because it's only aluminium threads and you're actually turning a bolt into the aluminium. Now these studs here, although they're screwed into the aluminium, they're bottomed out and they don't turn in the aluminium when you tighten the nuts. So what you're supposed to do is nip these down first. You don't have to really go at them and, you know, yank them down, but you want to bottom them out and nip them up firmly, and then you take up your clamping on your handlebars by these nuts here, closing the gap between the back of the casquette and the head lump clamping bracket. And also notice how there's like a sort of round collar. That's not a washer, that's part of the nut. The nuts have got like a round collar or shoulder on them, if you like. That might sort of look like it's supposed to face outwards or backwards, but that goes in first. Otherwise you'll end up with the hexagons of the nut binding as you try and tighten the nuts to clamp the handlebars. So that shoulder there goes in first, and like I say, once you've got this, the upper face of the handlebar clamped down tightly so there's no gap there, you actually clamp the handlebars tightly via these two, not the other way around. Otherwise you'll end up with a stripped thread like this one had, and I've helicoiled that one now, so that is probably actually stronger than the undamaged one now. But always tighten these two first, and then to stop the handlebars slewing around you deal with that on these two, and that way you can avoid damage and loose handlebars.